Today on the VinceEverettEllison Show, I'm just about tired of Barack Obama, and we're going to talk about this today. Yeah, I'm going to tell y'all a little bit about how I feel about what he said to these young black men and about why they should vote the way that he said they should vote. So we're going to talk about that today on the VinceEverettEllison Show. All right, let's get this thing started. Back in 1984, there was a great movie called Soldier Story. It had mostly an all-black cast, and it was directed by this gentleman by the name of Norman Jewison. It was a story about a sergeant who was murdered. This sergeant was Sergeant Waters, played by Adolph Caesar. Great actor. He was nominated for the Academy Award in it. This sergeant was a black man who was racist against his own people and was doing terrible things to black men in his own regiment. And somebody murdered him. I want to make this absolutely positively clear. I'm not advocating for violence. I'm not advocating for murder. I'm not advocating for any of that against anybody, anywhere. I'm just going to tell you the plot of the story. Tell you a story within the movie. Don't think I'm advocating for violence, y'all. I'm not advocating for violence. And anybody that says that VinceEverettEllison is advocating for violence, they lying on me, okay? We got that clear? Got the disclaimer? All right, let's roll. In this movie, Sergeant Waters explained why he hated this soldier so bad. You know, Denzel Washington was in this movie. Howard Rollins was in this movie. It's a great movie. So Sergeant Waters started telling this story about why he hated this soldier by the name of C.J. Memphis and why he wanted to do something to harm him, to get him kicked out of the army or get put in jail or something. And he talked about the damage that one ignorant Negro could do. This is World War II. It's a World War II setting. World War II is going on. They're on this army base down in the South, and Waters tells the story. He's older. He might be in his 50s. And he says that in World War I, the black soldiers had done great. They won accommodations, won medals, honored, brave. They were in France. And that the white soldiers, World War I and World War II, the soldiers were all segregated. They had white soldiers, they had black soldiers in different platoons and different regiments. So the white soldiers started getting jealous because some of the white French girls had started liking the black soldiers. So the white American soldiers started a rumor that the black soldiers had tails. And they found this one black soldier, paid him to tie a tail to his behind and jump around and tap dance and eat bananas. Put a crown on his head, a blanket around his back, and gave him a reed. Called him Moonshine, King of the Monkeys. And those French women started thinking all black soldiers had tails and were like monkeys. And then Adolph Caesar, Sergeant Waters said, and even when we cut his throat, he was asking us what he had done wrong. They killed him for it. The damage that one ignorant Negro can do. That came to mind to me when I read that story about Barack Obama standing in front of those young black men, chastising them for not voting for Kamala Harris. Brookings reports it as this: former President Barack Obama recently caused an uproar when he called out black men for what news reports and some polling indicates as less support for Vice President Kamala Harris as a Democratic presidential nominee. This outcry in the public square has reminded many black men of their voice and has led them to speak out about their support concerns and disinterest in the Harris-Walz campaign and the political field more broadly. Now, what's going on here? Well, according to the polls, Obama got 87% of the black male vote. And then Hillary Clinton got 82% of the black male vote. Biden got 79%. And now Kamala Harris is around 70. Some polls say she's under that. And they know they can't win. It was just 70% of black men voting for them. They're going to need somewhere around 85, 90%. And they are panicking. So what did they do? They send out Barack Obama. Barack Obama gets in front of the cameras, goes in front of a bunch of black men at the Harris Walls campaign, and Barack lets them have it. He said, you Negroes better get in line. And you better vote for Kamala Harris because I told you to. And those young black men then looking all sheepish and boy, I tell you what. I give $10,000 to be in that room that day. Man, what you talking about? Barack gonna leave his $12 million mansion from the Hamptons to all of these white people, rich white folks he living around. Gonna come down to where these young black men are and tell them, you gonna vote for Kamala Harris because I told you to, boy. Number one, don't nobody talk to me like that except for my daddy. And he don't look like my daddy. My dad is 82 years old, look better than Barack Obama look. He look like the Crypt Keeper. I remember Obama when he first came out, just a young, good-looking, handsome young man. So, Obama look all right. That joker right now look like them cigarettes and liquor tearing him up. It's like the painting of the portrait of Dorian Gray, Oscar Wilde. All the evil stuff that he's done is coming on him. He look like he's emaciated, skinny. And they're going to walk here and hollering at folks. So you better vote the way I tell you to vote. Now, I'm saying, why should we pay any attention to you, Barack? You were the president that started all this racial strife in America. Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown. If I had a son, he looked like Trayvon. You basically started Black Lives Matter. It started on your watch. You was burning up stuff, fighting, acting a fool, bringing all them hip-hop jokers to the White House. Bunch of thug rappers, ignorant, elevated hip-hop. First president to invite like a ghetto Klan, KKK to the White House. Talking about shooting police, misogyny, raping women, doing dope, cussing. You sitting there taking pictures with them, smiling. And then when our children act like they knew Obama brought them to the White House, you made Joe Biden your vice president. Hell, he had dementia then. He always been crazy. It didn't matter. And then you're going to walk out and tell people, you better vote the way I tell you to vote. The brothers are letting me down. The brothers? What, you a brother? You ain't no brother of mine. I got 3 brothers. You don't look like either one of them to me. So Barack Hussein Obama gonna come out, tell black men they better vote for Kamala Harris right now. I mean, what Kamala Harris said, what's she done for black men? Oh, yes, right. She found out she was losing the black male vote. Guess what she does? She said she gonna make marijuana cigarettes legal. Now, she done locked up every black man she can find in California for smoking marijuana. So now she said, look, like, okay, all right. I'm gonna do y'all one good. I'm gonna just make marijuana. So she gonna make it legal for you to smoke dope. It ain't like we got enough problems with drugs in the black community, Kamala. Smoking dope shouldn't be one of the things that you should be telling people that have drug problems that you're going to do. But that's how they see us. Well, I guess she's going to make it where all of your daughters can shake their behinds like Megan Thee Stallion. She's probably going to put a Megan Thee Stallion and a Glorilla twerking and butt shaking contest, a class in every public school system now. That's what she's going to do. I guess she's going to make rap and hip-hop and butt shaking and drag queening is going to be mandatory classes for you to take before you can graduate high school now if Kamala Harris become president. All the foolishness she got going on. But I can understand why Barack Obama's upset. why he so scared that Donald Trump's gonna win. Y'all see all that dirty stuff they've been doing? Put all them charges on Trump, lying on him. Man, they put more charges on Trump than they put on Al Capone. They just making up stuff to put on Trump. They tried to impeach him twice. That didn't work. Then they charged him in 4 separate jurisdictions with, I don't know, probably like 900 charges. Judges just thrown out almost all of those. Fannie Willis, Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, and then those federal charges for him stealing his own papers, his own papers at Mar-a-Lago. Oh, they weren't finished. Oh, and also that little skinny Crypt Keeper-looking white woman that said he raped her 40 years ago. Put those on him. And then Trump said he stole the election from him. That was Trump say. I didn't say, I'm not, don't get mad at me. Trump said he stole the election from him. And then Maine and Colorado tried to take him off the ballots. Good God almighty. Man, they hated Trump more than they hated, the Democrats hated Trump more than they hated Abraham Lincoln. I think he's about the only other president that they ever kept off of a ballot in a state where nobody in the state could vote for him. They tried it. Supreme Court came in again and said, you can't do that. And now they're looking at the polls, and Trump is going to win. And Trump said, all of you jokers that came at me. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And he's supposed to make sure they never, ever are able to hurt America ever again like they've been hurting it for the last 4 years. So I can see that Obama is upset about that. But, you know, he's afraid that his whole liberal, Democrat, ignorant, nasty, stupid, malcontent, sexual grooming agenda is going to fall apart because Trump has said he's not going to allow them to have women and men in women's sports. He's not going to allow them to do transgender operations to children. He's not going to allow them to sexually groom children anymore. And of course, if you can't do that, Democrats just are going to lose their mind. Because Barack has been all involved in that, as you know. He lied before he got elected, said he believed the marriage between one man and one woman. After he got elected, oh boy, he was all into the whole gay marriage thing. Matter of fact, he put on 2 Supreme Court justices saying, I want you to make sure you pass that gay marriage thing. And sure enough, they did. 5-4. Arborfield versus Hodges. Lit the whole White House up in rainbow colors to celebrate the fact men can marry men and women can marry women. Newsweek magazine said Barack Obama was first gay president. They called him out. And I said, well, isn't this interesting? And then something interesting happened. They call him Big Mike. That's what they call his wife. Big Mike! I don't know. I'm just telling you, I don't know. I have never, ever checked out the former First Lady's package. So I can't tell you what's going on up under the dress. I can't tell you. I'm telling you what they're saying on the street and what other people have written. So don't get mad at me. My job is to give you the information. You decide for yourself. But they say that Barack Obama, Newsweek magazine said he was the first gay president. And then some people say, well, ain't some people say. Some people call his wife Big Mike. Oh, man. First black president, we got to deal with some bull crap like that. He might be gay and his wife might be a man. Can you believe it? You got to just sit back and say, Lord have mercy. I'm just having to ponder that for a minute, y'all. Because when I was growing up, older black folks would say, look, boy, don't go out there acting fool. You're going to make black folks look bad. How can you look any worse than this right here? It's like the name of some type of crazy college road trip. Barack and Big Mike. A love story. And they think that if Trump get in, he'll let everybody know who Big Mike is. Man. See, Barack played basketball, so he's a bit of an athlete. He probably watched some boxing, and being in Chicago, I'm sure he saw a few fights. Barack might weigh 175 pounds. I think Big Mike might be 6'2", 230. Complete linebacker for the Detroit Lions. Look like she got an arm reach. She probably beat the hell out of Barack. Yeah, she probably give me a go on a bad day. But I know in that relationship, Big Mike is an alpha. And she done told Barack Obama, Donald Trump cannot get back in office under any circumstances. Because she went up there and she gave her speech at the Democratic National Convention and just tried to tell everybody that, rich people ain't supposed to tax them and that people shouldn't have all this money. And she's got more money probably than any black politician in America. She's talking about racism. She went to, I think, Harvard and Princeton. Just a lot of gaslighting, a bunch of foolishness, man. So Barack and Big Mike has decided that they're going to go to black folks, put their finger in their face, and say, you're going to do what you're told, boy. And just like I said about 3-4 weeks ago, the majority of the black men in the Democratic Party acted like submissive beta males. Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Oh, but there was some brothers. These brothers came out and they said, oh, hell no, you don't talk to me like that. And if y'all go online, you're going to find them. These brothers going off. It backfired on him more than he thought. Because, see, he been dealing with them beta males in the Democratic Party, those old heads. And Barack left out of the White House, 2016. A lot of things done changed. You got some brothers that's grown up, and they've seen what the Democratic Party is doing. They're not hearing it any longer. Them's my guys. Those are my guys right there. You don't talk to me like that. You don't tell me what to do. I ain't your boy. I ain't your son. I ain't your punk. Also, they probably found out there's been some interesting information to come out on Barack within the last 1 or 2 years. My good friend Tucker Carlson, on September 6th, 2023, had a young man come on the show by the name of Larry Sinclair. Who you ask is Larry Sinclair? I'll tell you who Larry Sinclair is. Larry Sinclair is a white guy who's openly gay. I wasn't there. Don't be trying to put this on me. So don't be trying to say, VinceEverettEllison lying, VinceEverettEllison tripping, VinceEverettEllison lying on blah, 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 da, 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 da. I'm going to report to you what Larry Sinclair said to Tucker Carlson and what he said at the National Press Club in like 2007, 2008, right before Barack became president. I'm going to tell you what Larry Sinclair said. Larry said that in 1999, he was introduced to Barack Obama. Him and Barack got in the back of a limousine. And him and Barack, y'all get the children out the room if you got children in the room right now, because I don't want to be saying this stuff around children. First black president. What they say. Anyway, all right. This is what Larry Sinclair says. I wasn't there. I'm the mailman delivering the news, okay? But Barack Obama made me mad coming out there talking to me like I'm a child. So I'm gonna tell you business, Barack. You open your mouth like one too many times to VinceEverettEllison. And since you got all them Secret Service agents and stuff around you and I can't get to you to talk to you like I want to talk to you, I ain't gonna put my hands on this. I ain't threatening the president. You know, don't come at me. I just want to talk to him. But since I can't talk to him, I'm about to tell his business. Tucker told it first. Larry Sinclair said that him and Barack Obama did crack cocaine and then had gay sex in the back of the limousine. That's what Larry said. Big Mike wasn't there to keep Barack in line, so Barack kind of went off the reservation that night. You can look it up online. Tucker Carlson has the interview. Larry Sinclair, he did a speech at the National Press Club, told the whole story, and people buried it. Now, I'm saying this because it's germane to the rest of the narrative that most black men that vote for the Democratic Party are gay. Barack Obama walks up to him and talks to him like he their daddy, and they bow down like a bunch of punks. Barack Obama is said by Newsweek, put him on the cover, give him a rainbow halo, say he's America's first gay president. Barack don't give no pushback on that. Now he like say, yeah, it's cool with me. Then on top of that, Larry Sinclair say that he had gay sex with Barack Obama in 1999, and Barack married a woman that looked like a dude. Where there's smoke, there's fire. I'm just saying. Barack and Larry sat in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. That's what Larry said. Now, why is this important, y'all? Well, when you have somebody endorse you, you got to always look at the character of the person that's endorsing you. What's their motivations behind the endorsement? Why are they acting like this? Barack Obama comes out screaming at black men, who I am one, puts his finger basically in my face and tells me, boy, you gonna vote for Kamala Harris or you basically ain't black. I ain't never heard a white man do that to white men. Suppose Trump comes out and tells white men, you white men out here, you gonna vote for me because you're white. Never heard such a thing. Kamala Harris going to tell women to vote for her because they're women. Black women sure enough better vote for her because she's a black woman. But let a white man go out there and tell white women to vote for him because they're white women. Why can they get away with such things? This double standard here in America when it comes down to these perverts, liars, psychopaths, and anti-Christian bigots. We're going to hold them to account. Barack Obama killed school choice, killed vouchers for poor children, black children in these inner city schools that won't teach them anything. Killed it. And then had the nerve to send his children to private schools, the top private school in D.C. Barack Obama. Trump took out ISIS in less than a month. Barack Obama allowed them to go for 8 years, killing, maiming, destroying, burning up stuff, because he wasn't man enough to do what needed to be done to take them out. Started all this racial strife in America with BLM, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, Eric Garner, stuff that we still dealing with right now. Being the first black president, still telling us all about America is a racist country that black people can't make it. Prove that he's an elitist, think that he's better than everybody else. And then Kamala Harris is giving a speech talking about abortion. Somebody screams out, Christ is king. She said, you're at the wrong rally. Go to the other one, the smaller one down the street, talking about Trump's rally. And the people just started cheering. Christ is king. It says, amen. You're at the wrong rally. Barack Obama. Guy that voted for 9-month abortion and perinatal abortion against the Born Alive bill when he was in the Senate in the state of Illinois. Passing Obamacare that the government would pay for transgender operations and hormones. Yeah, that's Barack Obama. People, don't just look at the message, you look at the messenger. This elitist, lying, condescending, anti-Christian bigot stood in front of the world, pointed his finger in the face of black men, and told them to vote for this lying woman because he said so. How much evidence do you need that the Democrat sees you as nothing but a beast? A genderless, mindless, sucking beast. Nothing has changed from the plantation. And when I tell you slavery is his choice, you better believe it now because the head house Negro has spoken. And he's told you, house slaves, well, you field Negroes, you better get in line before the master come down with the whip. Slavery is a choice. It's a choice then, it's a choice now. And you choosing to stay on the plantation. Wasn't nobody talk to me like that, and I stay and listen to it. If I was a Democrat, you come out and tell me that, I'm done. I'd have hit him right in his mouth. I'd have thrown him to a plate glass window. He'd have talked to me like that. He'd have needed every Secret Service agent he had. Oh, I'd have gave him something to print or show on TV that night if I'd been in that room. I'd have lit his behind up. Not with fists, but with words. You would have saw the get down with the get down. We'd have went street in there that day. If he walked up to me and started talking to me like that. So every man, if you got a little bit of testosterone in you, a little bit of manhood in you, you're supposed to be done with this party now. And all of y'all that vote for it after this, yeah. Put your panties and your bras on. Put on your rouge. Go get your hormone pills. You've told me who you are. And you told it to the world. With that, go to my website, VinceSpeaksTruth.com. On it, you'll find all of my wares. You'll see my books. You'll see my great documentary, Will You Go to Hell For Me? You'll see T-shirts, and you will see caps. You'll see many things you can buy to support this broadcast because we are here to change America. Election Day is 2 weeks away. And just in case you sleep, I am here to wake you up. Hope I did you some good today. So join me again next week for the Vince Everett Ellison Show.